Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Welcome to Super Simple Sunday. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by. And welcome to all of my new subscribers. And thank you so much to everyone who is supporting me and my channel in so many positive ways. So today is Super Simple Sunday, and we're going to take some of the scraps that I had from projects I've done this week, and we're going to take those scraps and turn them into something useful. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all. So here's a closer look at some of the scraps I had left over from this week. I also had some wrapping paper scraps left over, but I'm going to focus mainly on using my cardstock scraps. And some of my scraps become scraps because I might have misscored or cut incorrectly, which was the case with this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a couple of really useful ways to take our scraps or our mistakes and turn them into something that we can gift, keep, or sell. So I am going to start with this piece, and I misscored it, and this piece measures 5 1/4 by 8. So I think I was planning on making an envelope with this. So I already have it scored at 1 and at 4 1/4, and then I have a score at 4 1/2. So that's what we're going to work with. What I'm giving you won't be exact measurements for yours, but this is just to give you an idea of some of the things that you can do with your scraps. So I am just going to go ahead and work with the score marks that I already have. And then I'm just going to notch out right here and right here. And then I'm just going to take this, fold it over, put it back in my scoreboard, and I'm going to create a score. So again, guys, I'm not giving you measurements for this. I'm just showing you a little process that we can use if we have scraps that are similar to this. And when I started this, and I don't really have any particular plan in mind, I'm actually letting the piece just speak to me, and we'll see what I come up with. So I'm going to take my tape runner, and we're going to tape that down. Tape that down. Tape that down. And tape this down. Now we could actually remove some of that, but since we're trying to use our scraps, we're going to go ahead and just leave them. So now I'm just going to bring in my glue. I'm going to run a thin bead of glue right there. Fold that in. And I'm going to run some glue here. And then we'll fold this over. So basically what we've done here is we've created a little holder. And this holder measures 3 5/8 by 3 1/4. So I am just going to take a nice little white piece, and I'm going to cut it down to 3 3/8 by 3. So now I'll be able to take this, tuck it inside, and have a nice little card. But I also want to have an opening here so that whoever gets this will know there's a card on the inside. So I could use my oval punch, but this time I'm just going to notch out a little triangle like that. And when I put that card in, you can see that the card is sticking out like that. So we'll dress these up in just a minute, but right now we're just going to focus on making a few things with our scraps. So I am going to take this piece, trim away this part, and we have a piece that is 6 by 12. So this time I'm going to score at 5 and 10 1/8. And I'm just going to fold it like this. We're just using one of our larger pieces. And we have an opening like that. I am just going to cut a small piece of this scrap. And I'll give you the measurements on this in just a minute. So I have a piece that I cut that is 5 7/8 by 4 3/4. And that is just going to create a nice little pocket for me. So I am just going to add some glue along 3 sides because I'm creating a pocket. I'm going to take this pocket and we'll place it right here. And get that nice and stuck. I'm going to take a piece of this scrap and we're going to create a section here. So again, I am going to cut my piece at 5 7/8 by 5. And we're going to take this piece and we're going to place it right there. This time I'm going to use my tape runner and just place down my tape. And then we'll take this piece and we're going to place it down like that. And what we're creating isn't all-in-one, but we're using our scraps. We don't want to waste any of them. So in this section, I want to create just a little place for a picture or a sentiment, just some focal point right here. So I'm going to take some of this extra marigold color that I have, and I cut it down to 3.5 by 4, and then I'm going to take some white matte and I'm going to cut it at 3 by 3.5. And we're just going to place it down on this piece. So this is just a fun, quick and easy way that you can take your scraps and just turn them into something useful. So now I'm going to take my tape runner, add some tape to the back of this, and then I'm going to place it right here, like that. And then I'm going to take some of this scrap and place it right here at the top. I'm going to trim this to 5 7/8 by 1 7/8. I'm going to take my tape runner and we're going to place this piece down like that. And I think that's turning out beautifully. And then I decided that I don't really like that white space there. So I am going to take some of my scrap and we're going to see if we have enough to cover that white space. And I think that I do. So I'm trimming this so that I can remove that piece. Then I'm going to trim it to 5 7/8. And so we can take this and put it right there. So I'm just going to butt it against that pocket. I'm going to add some tape. And y'all remember, I'm not giving measurements on this. This is just giving you scrap ideas on how we can take our scraps and turn them into something useful. So now we have a much better flow in our look coming down. So now we have this, and I have just a little bit of scrap left over. So we have these 2 sweet projects. We're going to see if we can get a project out of these 3 pieces. And what I'm thinking that I'm going to do is just make an envelope and a little mini card. So that is 6 by 6 1/8. So I'm going to take this on the 6-inch side, score it at 1, score it at 1, score it at 2.5, and 5 1/8. So we are going to see if we can squeeze out an envelope and a little card. So let's just go ahead and make our envelope. And I'll notch my envelope the way I always do. So we'll do a slight angle in as we're cutting down. Angle in on that center section. Angle here and here, here, and here. So now I'm going to take my glue, add my glue to the inside, add glue here and here. Let's fold up. So now we have an envelope, and the envelope measures 2 5/8 by 4. So what I'm going to do is just make me a little card. So my card is going to be 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. And then I'm going to score it at 2 1/8. And so now I have a sweet little card to put in my envelope. It doesn't take much. We're just making scrap projects so that we can use all of our scraps. So these are the 3 projects that I was able to make using my scrap. Now very quickly, we're going to decorate these and make them even prettier. All right, so to decorate, I am going to do that using rub-ons. I am going to keep this very, very simple. So I am going to take this little rub-on spray, place it at the top of my little note card. I'm going to use my big old spatula to rub that in, and then we'll peel away. And now you can see how beautiful that little card is. I'm going to tuck it inside, and then I have these little vellum stickers. Going to take one and put it right there. That's how simple we're keeping it. Then I'm going to take this rub-on, we're going to put it right here. It says, "Let's gather together." I'm going to put it right there, like that. And I'll just rub it in. And you can see how easily my rub-ons are going on. And then I'm just going to smooth that down so it says, "Let's gather together." And then I have another little vellum sticker that we're going to place right there. I have a little rub-on heart that I am going to place right there. And then just to tuck something inside, I am going to take just a few of my little tags. We're going to place those inside. Then I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to punch a hole so that I can add a sweet little decorative element. So I have this really cute tassel that I'm feeding through the hole. And we're going to put that on like that. And don't you think that is just too stinking cute when you add it? So I'm going to add a Velcro dot to hold this. The tassel is strictly for embellishment. We're going to close it using a Velcro dot. Already we have a sweet little set that we've made using scraps. I am going to take my card out of this box. We're going to find something to go across the top. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I have a rub-on that we're going to place right there. And let's just rub it into place. Let me lift up to see if it's stuck. And when it's not stuck, you just keep going over it. And I think that's good enough. And then I'm going to put down a second rub-on. And this one says, "Hello You." So I am basically going to butt it against that one. So it will look like the two of these are meant to be together. So I'm just going to rub that in. We'll peel away and see if we have our desired stick. Let's see, just a little piece there and a little piece there. Peel it away. So there we have it, y'all. You can see that we have 3 really fun little projects that we made using our scraps. So we're truly not wasting. We made this larger all-in-one. I added a little journaling spot here in case you wanted to write something. But we have our pocket here for tucking. We have a spot here if you want to add a photograph or a nice saying. Close it with Velcro. I used this nice little tassel just as a decorative element. Then we made a card using scraps, and we have a coordinating envelope to go with that. And then we made another card or tag, however you want to look at it, using scrap. And we can place it back on the inside. But I think that these scraps turned out to be beautiful projects. So I know you guys have some scraps. You might not necessarily have the sizes that I had here, but this will give you an idea of some of the ways that you can take those scraps and make them work for you. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's Super Simple Sunday Craft. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.